Hey guys, it's Trust. Welcome to Living Off One More Dollar Each Day $9. That means I get $9 to spend on food for the day, but I also get to carry over the leftover change from previous days, and I get to use the food from the previous days, which at this point is starting to build up to a decent amount. I went to an event for the new Gundam trading card game at noon today, so I didn't have time to go to the grocery store beforehand, so I just got groceries on the way home. But let's see what I got. Now that I get $9 a day, I was thinking I can finally afford to have fast food for a meal, but some recent comments had been saying that they want to see fruits or vegetables being eaten, so by popular demand, I decided to get spinach instead. This bag was $1.55, and I don't normally eat vegetables, but wanted to push myself a little bit, try to get something a little more healthy. And spinach is something that, if you dice it up, mix it with food, I really don't mind the taste at all, and the texture is not too bad, especially if you slice it up really thin. But now I had to think of something that I could eat with spinach, so I decided to use the eggs from a few days ago and make something that's a little more creative than just scrambled eggs with spinach. But to go with it, I decided to add some cheese, and slices of American cheese wasn't really compatible with it. So I went ahead and bought a bag of triple cheddar shredded cheese, which I think will add quite a bit of flavor to the recipe. For the final ingredient for the recipe, I went ahead and bought some pie crust. You get two of these, and it's $2.49, so not too bad of a deal. You can probably see where I'm going with this, but I had a bit left over since this all totals $6.63, so I decided to go ahead and buy another box of the pink Starburst flavoring, and this was $1.72. So for the day, I spent $8.35, so didn't go too far with the budget and still have quite a bit left over. But I think this is a good amount of food for today to both keep me full with the food, and also having these again is nice for future days, and I feel like some of the other ingredients will also be useful in the days to come. For now, I'm going to go ahead and eat that last piece of French toast that I made yesterday, and then get started on baking the quiche. So I already hit a little bit of a hitch. I don't have any like pie-shaped pan or anything else that could be used to pin the oven safely. I have a glass bowl that could work, but it doesn't say anything on the bottom of it, so I'm not confident that's not going to shatter in the oven. So to play it safe, I just put the pie crust into a rectangular cake pan, tore the edges off to line the pieces that were missing, and it's definitely not going to win any presentation awards, but hopefully it works and the pie crust will still be pretty much evenly distributed. I cracked 6 of the eggs. Let's go ahead, add a little bit of salt for flavor. Let's start whisking it. This seems pretty well whisked, so let's go ahead and start preparing the spinach. I think this is a decent amount of spinach for the quiche, so I'm gonna go ahead, dice it up after cutting off the stems, and let's see how it looks. And done. The texture of the stem is more distracting than the leaf itself, and I think they have about the same nutrition value, so decide to get rid of all the stems, then sliced up. And even with it being sliced up, I feel like this is a pretty good amount of spinach to add to the quiche. And I do feel good. I got this Japanese chef knife for my birthday this year, and I haven't had a lot of use out of it, so getting to use it for this, I feel good that's getting more use. Adding the spinach to the bowl was definitely something that took two hands, so here's the aftermath of it. And I was kind of hoping I would mix it in while it's still in the bowl and get it like a bit coated, but not really any room for that, so let's go ahead and just add it to the pan. Okay, this is looking like a very thin quiche and a ton of spinach, but let's go ahead, we'll add some cheese to it and then start distributing it so it's not just all spinach on one half and all eggs on one half. Okay, I mixed it up and it kind of just looks like I'm making spinach pie. I would say let's trust the process, but the process has just been me winging it. Hopefully it turns out okay. If it goes really badly, I'll make another quiche tomorrow. We have another pie crust. I use about half of the bag of cheese because outside of the quiche, I don't really think of anything that I would use the shredded cheese for instead of American cheese. But if it goes badly, I'll buy like a pie crust or a pie tin tomorrow and give it another shot. If you've been watching this video and wincing, I don't blame you, but let's see how it turned out.
Not too shabby.
Let's go ahead and cut ourselves a piece. Hopefully the crust on the bottom's not burnt or anything like that. Alright, here's a slice of the final result. Turned out a lot better than I was expecting it to as I was cooking it. And I did take a look at the bottom. Let's go ahead and flip it real fast. And the crust, it's looking pretty well cooked. It's like brown, it's crisp, it's not too bad. I think this actually turned out pretty well, despite all of the little accidents and doubt that I had during the cooking process. But let's see how it actually tastes. Alright, I got a bite. There's quite a bit of spinach in it, so it's not like I'm ignoring it, although I think pretty much any piece of this would have a good amount of spinach in it. But let's see how it is. It does taste like there's quite a bit of crust, but I think that's partially because we spread it out evenly rather than having like a lip of crust that you wouldn't be biting as you're eating it. But overall, I feel like it's still pretty good. It feels like crisp and clean. It doesn't feel like it's really bogged down by anything. So I feel like this is a good, healthy option. I think if this had some kind of sauce, like maybe that like hollandaise sauce or wherever they put on eggs Benedict, I think this would be like really good, very solid. I think part of why it kind of tastes a little bit dry is because we have so much more crust per bite than you would normally have. But yeah, I feel like this is good, and I'm looking forward to finishing the rest of it. And the entire pan, being able to eat that, like I'll probably like save some of it for tomorrow. But I feel like one pan of that would be plenty for lunch and dinner for a day. I feel like adding a little bit of milk or cream to the eggs before mixing it would have made it taste a little bit better. But overall, I'm happy with how this turned out, and I'm definitely glad I gave it a shot. So to recap today, I used my $9 to buy pie crust, spinach, shredded cheese, and flavor packets for water to make water a little more exciting to drink on a regular basis. This totaled $8.35, leaving us 65 cents and change, and will be added to the remaining total that we can use on future dates. Throughout the day, I had a piece of French toast and ate almost all of the quiche. I have about a sixth of it left over. I also drank like 2 cups of water with that flavor packet in it, and I don't think I've mentioned every time that I've drank it, but I've been drinking it pretty consistently. Tomorrow I'll get $10 for food, and if you've been enjoying the series, leaving a like helps it reach a wider audience, and if you want to follow along and get notifications when new episodes go live daily, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell. Either way, thanks for watching, I truly appreciate it, I'll see you guys tomorrow.